I remember a time on the internet where if you did something very slightly out of the norm, you made content that was seen as weird or cringe, you were ostracized. You were made fun of. You were put on different like Reddit boards or 4chan. I didn't browse 4chan. I never did. I'm it sounds like a confession, but you would be made fun of, you know? You would be a object of ridicule. Yet, in the recent years, especially mainly on TikTok, there's a whole subgroup, a whole like dedicated fan base to recreating videos that people have deemed cringe or making cringe, like unique cringe content yourself. Um, I'm getting a lot of videos of this one guy like maxing where he's just like fucking like that. Holy shit, what a screen grab. He's like doing that kind of face and being like, I'm just a baby type shit. Today I wanted to talk about being cringe. I wanted to talk about allowing yourself to be who you are. And I'm going to use the medium of these like cringe accounts kind of in that, kind of to make my point. I grew up liking somewhat weird things at the time. People didn't like Pokemon a lot. So I was made fun of a little bit for liking Pokemon, but mainly around 2019, 2020-ish, when I started really getting into Overwatch. If you know anything about Overwatch, um, the people who play it aren't the most normal people. The game is very tailored towards those who spend a lot of time on the game. Like it's one of those games where you really need to play it a lot to be good at it. There's a lot of mechanics, a lot of interactions, there's a lot. And to be able to get really good at this game, you have to dedicate yourself to playing this game a lot. And the people who do so are very weird. So I was made fun of a lot because I was I played Overwatch a great deal. I'm very good at it. Very good at tank. But I remember being made fun of for it. But now, no, still now it's still kind of cringe to like Overwatch. Um, Still very cringe, but I've accepted it in my own way. I've accepted that people are just going to make fun of it no matter what. But I have seen just a total shift in what people deem cringe. Ever since what 2008 when Iron Man came out, people thought cartoon like comic books, superheroes, they thought it was cringe and lame and for nerds. Now it's just general media for people to enjoy. You know, people have just deemed it to just not be cringe anymore. You know, I remember there was a time where people would find these individuals online who were the phone quality was usually bad. It was most likely recorded on a Samsung. It they lived in a very homey house, let's call it. Something you wouldn't see someone with a lot of money having, you know? And they would just be doing these cringe like just videos. Think like Chris Chan. Chris Chan was made fun of so much when he was blowing up online. And now we have people like Joshua Block, um, Tofia Chu. They still get made fun of, but there's a lot more like normalization with it, I guess. Mainly, I don't have a mainly. I don't know why. But along with all of those, there are these so-called satire accounts. Very, very heavy satire. Very heavy quotations on the word satire. It's people making parody videos and calling it satire. Um, I think I think the word satire is just it's used for the word parody for a lot of these people because they don't understand what it actually means. They're not like actually making commentary on whatever they're making a video about. They're not making fun of it. They're just making a parody. They're just doing it themselves. And the joke is, haha, get it? Because it's cringe, right? But in that, people build fan bases around making fun of being cringe by being cringe, if that makes sense. It's this whole like self-eating snake of people making fun of people for being cringe, them in and of itself, like that being cringe by itself, and then people making fun of that because it's cringe. You know, it's very circular in how it works. And there's a lot of people, I swear to God, I see so many people get big off these like satire accounts because people like having that communal feeling of, oh yeah, we all think this is cringe, we're all relating to this, we can, you and I, you the viewer and me, we can relate to this being cringe. But in that you find that the creators of those videos they use they use the vessel of satirizing someone else's video and making themselves be like, haha, get it, guys? We all think this is cringe. They use that as a vehicle to allow themselves to be cringe without any sort of repercussions because, oh, I'm doing the same thing, but it's because, but like, it's okay when I do it because I'm making fun of this guy. It's like, what the fuck? What? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I think it's weird. My point here, guys, is that no matter what, people will people will be cringe and people will make fun of people for being cringe. There will all these are two constants, you know. You will be cringe and people will make fun of those who are cringe. So just do whatever you want. I learned very early on that people were going to make fun of me for playing Overwatch, especially when I started trying to make content on the game, like post videos about me playing it or talking about it or whatever. I realized that people were going to go, oh, he, out of all games, he's choosing Overwatch? What a fucking cringe nerd. But at the end of the day, it's what brings me joy. It's what makes my life more enjoyable. So why would I take the words of someone else who's obviously taking issue with the fact that I'm enjoying something? Why would I take their words any more seriously than my own, which are telling me that I'm enjoying this thing because I think it's cool and awesome? Thank you.